If I were a Viking and raided and took a girl home from a raid to be my wife, it would have been normal, right?
No, 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 hell no, no.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up, I implore you. Today we're jumping into r/NeckbeardStories. Maybe it's Tales of Neckbeard. I'm pretty sure it's NeckbeardStories, actually. Doesn't really matter. It was posted in my personal subreddit r/ReddXReads. It is the continuation of the Velveetabeard saga. Yes, part 1, terrible. Part 2, slightly better. Part 3, terrible again. Part 4, slightly better again. So if we're going with that rhythm, I assume that part 5 should be a complete dumpster fire. But I'm not gonna judge it too quickly. You know, we got into this thing. We only got a few more parts left, so I think that OP Party Demon, whoa, can redeem himself at least a little bit. Fingers are crossed. I have hope beyond hope. Sight beyond sight. We are live streaming this thing on Twitch. If you haven't checked us out over there quite yet, I would appreciate it. Check out that link in the description. We are going to get some more plugs and disclaimers out of the way. We'll see how this story goes today, and we will dive right into some of this r/NeckbeardStories, a cringe. Velveetabeard 5. Velveetabeard gets yelled at by an old woman, and we go to the Renaissance Fair. I like how it's just the TLDR, but it's basically the title. That's beautiful. The title is a bit unwieldy, but I ain't gonna judge you too much for that. You know what you're getting when you open up the story and sit down for some Velveetabeard, don't you? At least I do, I think. Anyways, I'm back with even more Velveeta-based beard cringe. Welcome back, user Frat Goth, aka Party Demon. Whoa! Get ready as we go to the Renaissance Fair in this episode. And Velveetabeard tells us all of how he could get a milady if it were the Middle Ages. Yeah, I guess. If you have the proper dowry, I suppose. Jesus Christ. I love how they lust for a simpler time. It's like, bro, you wouldn't survive without the internet, honestly. You would have been 8 years old, walked too close behind a horse, got kicked in the head, dead. You wouldn't have made it to that point, Velveetabeard. Yes, our previous episodes are down in the description in a playlist. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 had 2 parts, so that is quite a beefy one. This one, perhaps not as beefy, but I guess we shall see. Same previous cast, but yeah, here are some new characters. Old woman downstairs. Yeah, I don't know what to call her. She's just the old woman downstairs. A mean old woman who made great pies and hated drug use. See, but you could enjoy the pies so much more. You should have just gave her a spleef. Like, here, smoke this cone and then try one of your pies and you're gonna go to space. Velveetabeard got screamed at by this woman on multiple occasions. She was pretty gross and smelled horribly of boiled canned vegetables. Oh, come on, that's just an old person smell. Leave her alone. Yeah, she has to boil up some canned vegetables. Why don't you cook her a nice meal, OP? Then again, if she's gonna judge me for coming over and cooking for her high, I'm probably not gonna do it. I just have a soft spot for old people, okay? I do indeed loves them, yes. They're the reason that we're all here today. Let's keep that in mind. We've also got Montessori teacher. I wonder what his job is. Husband of the banker who taught at a Montessori school. Yeah, good naming convention. Pretty nice guy who was really into VR technology and smoking weed. Yeah, hell yeah. You think he let those kids light up at the Montessori school? It's like, okay, what do you want to study? herbology. He had a really nice Australian shepherd and would have bonfires at this house that Big Titty Goth Girlfriend and I would go to sometimes. All right, to me, it seems like a non sequitur, but I'm going to wait for it to become relevant in the story, okay? I've kind of learned how this goes. We're going to hold on to our hats and just expect the worst and hope for the best, I guess. The banker is the wife of Montessori teacher, if you didn't put that one together, who worked at a local credit union and was really knowledgeable about banking in general. It's a useless skill. Useless skill, bro. What are you gonna do? Calculate my compound interest? Fuck out of here. She was friends with Big Titty Goth Girlfriend, which is how I met both her and Montessori teacher. She was also great at making homemade pasta. Talking to her about banking is the reason why I changed my bank account from a large bank to one at a credit union. Well, I could have told you that. I bank at a fucking credit union. I would highly recommend it if there is a local credit union near you. Or if you're in the military, Navy Federal, it serves, not the one I currently use. But yes, credit unions are infinitely better than like Bank of America or some crap like that. Forget about it. I don't want nothing like that. The banker and Montessori teacher aren't featured too much in this story, but they were the reason that we could all go to the Renaissance Fair, so I thought it would be good to include them. This was the only and last time that either one of them hung out with Velveetabeard. Okay, but if they don't feature that much in the story, why do we gotta hear about their dog and like cooking pasta and all this shit? I guess it's good to include, but I don't know if I'm gonna sign off on that 100%. You could have at least included a picture of the dog if we gotta talk about the fucking dog, right? Dog is not featured in story at all. I just wanted to let you know that they had one. Aight, cool. It also seems like Big Titty Goth Girlfriend is out here introducing OP to all types of people. Did it ever happen in reverse? Did OP introduce Big Titty Goth Girlfriend to anyone? She seems like a social butterfly. He seems sort of like a social parasite, right? Which is something that I've stuck with throughout this series of events. But okay, I'm not going to start coming too hard quite yet. We're just going to reel it back in, wind it back, and everything's going to be fine, I'm sure. So it was around 1.5 years into knowing Velveetabeard that this unfortunate event would eventually reveal his secret love of my girlfriend. Bruh, I think I called that in fucking episode 1. This is supposed to be the big reveal? Come on, man. What the fuck? How this event revealed his secret love will be much more apparent in the final story. Oh yeah, that's how you keep him coming back for more, isn't it? Big Titty Goth Girlfriend's other roommate had moved out. Big Titty Goth Girlfriend and Velveetabeard found a new place to live. A 2-bedroom above what we thought was a nice old lady. Oh no. Don't be fooled. Don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt. Yes, I enjoy old people, okay? But I enjoy them at arm's length, honestly. The lady was old, but yeah, she was nowhere near nice. Velveetabeard had some funny run-ins with this woman scolding him for smoking weed. Whatever, you can't live my life for me, alright? Just be glad I'm not up here doing heroin or something. Shooting methamphetamine into my eyeballs. All things considered, weed really ain't that bad, old lady, alright? In hindsight, Big Titty Goth Girlfriend and I should have just gotten a place together and left Velveetabeard to find his own place. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't happen. Maybe Big Titty Goth Girlfriend does have, like, eyes for Velveetabeard or something like that. Maybe she just didn't want to leave him high and dry? Was OP tied in with the lease? There's a lot of questions that I have about what's going on here. But OP assures us that yes, readers, this woman was awful. She smelled like cooking, rotten, canned vegetables. Oh, fuck, you got me. It was to the point that the foyer that had the doors to the 2 apartments smelled like that all the time. Was she eating rotten canned vegetables? This is all her social security check could allow? Let me buy you some nice cat food, okay? You need to get some supplement. That's so mean. She would yell at Big Titty Goth Girlfriend and Velveetabeard constantly for being too loud, to the point that Big Titty Goth Girlfriend wouldn't want to leave her room on the 3rd floor just to make sure her footsteps on the old woman's ceiling weren't too loud. She seemed to just want to yell at people constantly. I'm old and I'm unhappy. I don't understand how things work anymore. Yeah, okay, we get it. Honestly, when you said that Goth Girlfriend and Velveetabeard were being too loud, you know what I'm thinking of, right? They're being too loud while Lil P's not around, huh? Right? Banging that headboard against the wall, right? Honestly, in my opinion, I got a lot of sympathy for this old woman. It can't be easy to be old. I'm sure maybe I'll find out someday, unless I get hit by a bus. I already feel it from time to time. We talk about Has-Been Hotel, and I'm like, I don't like anime. And people are like, hey, Grandpa was streaming Minecraft. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. How do you make a sword? You have to put the sticks on top of this. It's like, I can't remember. Let me tell you about all 8,000 Pokemon. Anyway, one day the banker texts Big Titty Goth Girlfriend and says that Montessori teacher had gotten 10 free Renaissance Fair tickets through some work event and invited us all to go with them. It's pretty lit, honestly. The entrance fee is not the part that you need to worry about at the Ren Fair. It's really like the food and the alcohol and the souvenirs. That's where their money really comes out of, right? Free tickets? It seems like a bit of a trap to me. But I do love a Ren Fair, I gotta be honest. I still need to tell my Neckbeard story about the Ren Fair girl who stalked me for every year that I worked there. This apparently was a semi-normal thing, as the Pickler, Pie Girl, Big Titty Goth Girlfriend, and I went to the Renaissance Fair with the banker and Montessori teacher the next year. Soybeard didn't want to go because it wasn't cool enough for him, but Velveetabeard was excited. I mean, if you're looking for Ren Fair to be cool, I think that you're kind of missing the point, right? Nobody goes to Ren Fair to try and be cool. Soybeard showing some of his insufferability there. In exchange, we offered to buy them a few drinks and some food at the fair. We all dressed in some sort of medieval costume, and we were off. Yes! Much better than buying your clothes at the fair. I swear, man, we used to have some people come in and drop like $400 or $500 on fair clothes. I'm like, you realize you can't wear these to the grocery store, right? This is all massively overpriced. You realize that, right? But they didn't care. I guess they making good money. Good for them. Also, good for the person that owned the business that I worked for. I didn't see none of those fucking profits. I'm gonna let you know right now. So I stopped working there. As the events of the day began to unfold, Velveetabeard suggested that we get fucked up on mead like Vikings. And of course, OP, being the party demon, whoa, never one to refuse getting messed up, I strutted up to the closest mead hall and ordered a flagon of their finest honeyed brew. Yeah, you gotta pay like $8 for that shit. Honestly, what is the mead hall? As far as I know, it's a tent outside. I went to the Irwindale Ren Fair, and they were pretty big budget. They still didn't have like an actual hall for anything. What are you doing? I also got drinks from Montessori teacher and the banker, and they said they were gonna check out the fair. Luckily, they left the mead area before Velveetabeard began a conversation of the beardly variety. Oh, here we go. Stretch your spine out. Everything's gonna be fine, okay? Velveeta. Guys,
If it were back in the Middle Ages, I probably would have no problem getting a girlfriend.
Yes, you would, Velveetabeard. The father of this girl would be like, what do you do for a living, son? And he'd be like, I work for yon local sandwich shop. And he'd be like, get out. You're nobody and a nothing. Surely you shan't marry my daughter. Unless it's the ugly one. OP just says, okay. Why would it be different then, though? Big titty goth girlfriend. Shut the fuck up, Velveetabeard. Even back then, having cheese and spit crusted all over your mouth was gross. No, I think they'd be like, Jesus Christ, that guy can afford cheese.
Cheese. We'll go somewhere where there's cheese.
Let's all be friends with him. Yeah, Vikings don't fit into the Ren Fair thing very well, but it's kind of whatever. Do whatever you want, okay? I saw people dressed up as like mages and shit, so I guess nothing means anything anymore anyways. Velveeta.
Well, besides that, I mean, it was just easier to get a wife back then. I would have been married already.
Yeah, how many goats you got? Tell me how many oxen or head of cattle you have. Oh, 0? Yeah, then you're not getting married. Basically, that's how it goes. OP.
Was it? I thought Viking Society was matriarchal unless they were like out on raids.
Velveeta.
Yeah, but I could have raided and taken a lady for my own.
Not a great look. I don't think that counts as a marriage. She's never gonna consent to that. Although we did learn from Velveetabeard's Sneaky Fingers episode that consent doesn't seem to matter all that much to him. What a scumbag. OP.
Like a slave?
Velveeta.
No, she would become my wife, eventually.
Big titty goth girlfriend. Gross, Velveetabeard. I mean, yeah, it is, but this whole thing's kind of gross, so why not? Keep going, I guess. Velveetabeard says,
no, guys, come on. It would be normal back then.
None of this is normal. Pack it in, dude. I don't think you know what normal is anymore. You're too far over the line. He then gets up and wiggles his way over to the counter. I thought it was to drink more, but it was not. Oh yeah, this is gonna get real creepy real quick. Velveetabeard says to the girl serving the mead,
hey.
Girl. Hi, do you want something else to drink? Velveeta.
Yeah, but I gotta ask you a question.
Girl. Okay. Velveeta.
If I were a Viking and raided and took a girl home from a raid to be my wife, it would have been normal, right?
No, 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 no. Hell no, no, no.
She wasn't any part of this conversation. I don't know why you're pulling her into this. Jesus Christ. That is such cringe. The girl just says, Velveeta.
Like, it wouldn't have been weird back then. I could have done it and it would have been normal.
The girl says, I mean, enslaving people was normal back then, but it wasn't a good thing. OP.
Velveeta, come on, man. Stop talking about this.
At this point, I would just disappear. There's many places that I can go to get drinks at Ren Fair, okay? I'm not gonna stick around here and watch this dude murder himself. I hate it. But OP sticks around, and Velveetabeard continues insisting,
no, you just don't get it. I'm just trying to explain how it would be back then.
Holy Christ, man. I hate everything about this. Please make it stop. This line of conversation makes me want to take a toaster bath, okay? I just I just can't. Velveetabeard continues.
If you were my slave, I would treat you really well. And because I would be a Viking, I would give you a better life than what you would have had.
Oh, please stop. I can't anymore. The girl says, a better life as a slave? Big titty goth girlfriend. Leave this woman alone. Holy shit, dude. Velveeta.
I'm just saying that I treat her well, though.
Oh, spine powdered. Now I'm a paraplegic. I have to crawl my way out of this mead tent with just my mouth. The girl serving the mead was, needless to say, pretty creeped out. She changed bar positions with a big hairy guy dressed up in a pirate outfit, and he shut Velveetabeard down with an order, drink, or leave. And Velveeta stopped trying to tell people about his medieval slave fantasies. Nobody wants to hear about this. Why are you doing this? I can't, bro. I cannot anymore. At least he's got a couple of friends to like try and send him down the normal path, but he just can't seem to help himself, dude. If this man was not currently living in his mother's basement, then he would definitely have a woman chained to a radiator down there. I guarantee. So Montessori teacher and the banker came back to meet us as Velveeta's
Slave life would be totally normal.
conversation was ending. Timing. They didn't say anything, but I think they almost definitely heard some of it, and it is why Velveetabeard was never invited to anything that they did after this. Yes, a lesson hard learned. Honestly, if I walked in and heard some shit like that, I'd turn right back around. Nope. I don't know that guy. I don't want anything to do with this. Eventually, we all left as the fair was ending and returned to Big Titty Goth Girlfriend's house. I didn't want to stop having medieval themed fun, so I suggested we take some bong rips. Oh yes, madam, fill up the bong. Thus thy rip, etc. Verily. I don't know what's happening. Why is that medieval themed fun, OP? You think they got bongs back in the day? Or would they be burned as a witch if they took a bong rip? The apartment was set up in a way that there was a door to a balcony in the room that we were smoking in, and directly opposite a hallway leading downstairs to the front foyer. The door to the downstairs neighbor's apartment was in this foyer. Wait, I'm trying to visualize this and math it out real quick. I don't know what's going on. But you close, that's what you're saying, right? After smoking, we decided to open the balcony door to air out the room. I am too high, and I tell Big Titty Goth Girlfriend that I need to go upstairs and look at cool crystals or something. Jesus Christ, Marie, they're minerals.
The rocks, Hank.
No, they're minerals. Jesus, Marie.
Montessori teacher, the banker, Big Titty Goth Girlfriend, and I leave to go upstairs, and Velveetabeard stays behind to do whatever it is he does. Probably make a Velveeta-based dish, or even more likely than that, just play with his balls or something like that. This, readers, is where a heavenly wind blows in the open balcony door to punish Velveeta for his crimes. The wind blows a violent dragon's breath of weed smoke down the stairs into the foyer. Oh, you guys were pretending to be dragons. That's why it's medieval based or something. I'm really trying to help you out here. Maybe you can help me out in return. Please, thank you. This seeped into the downstairs apartment. It was as if the gods and goddesses had seen Velveetabeard's misdeeds and saw the perfect opportunity to punish him. You can smell that weed over the mac and cheese. The mean old woman living down there whips her door open and knocks on the door to the stairs leading to Big Titty Goth Girlfriend's apartment with the force of 1,000 Reagan-era propaganda police. Yeah, winners don't use drugs. All the arcades in the 90s told me that, all right? That's basic. Velveetabeard opens the door and she proceeds to just scream at Velveetabeard about his drug use and says, Velveetabeard better watch himself, and she didn't want to see it or smell it again, or there would be consequences. Consequences will never be the same. I've contacted the cyber police.
Consequences will never be the same. And you've been reported to the cyber police?
People have yelled at me for using that meme before, but I'm gonna continue using it. Is it sad? Yes. Is it hilarious? Also yes. Velveetabeard openly admitted to hating confrontation and avoided any kind of argument in any way that he could, so this old woman terrified him. Avoided arguments? Hated confrontation? Didn't we have an argument about a slave wife in the earlier part of this same story? Is that different for some reason? He seems to be okay with arguing his point to like a poor barmaiden, right? Honestly, that old lady, invite her in. Offer her some mac and cheese so she don't have to eat rotten boiled vegetables, you know, smoke her out and shit like that. She'll chill down, no problem. She's never gonna have a problem with it again. All you gotta do is extend the olive branch or the weed bud if you prefer. So yeah, Velveetabeard sprinted back up the stairs to Big Titty Goth Girlfriend's bedroom a few minutes later with what I can only imagine as a power metal riff with the lyrics fuck, 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 fuck playing in his mind and tells us what happened. Velveetabeard says,
Hey guys, that fucking old woman smelled the weed.
Oh no, please don't call the police. OP, sorry man, we should have smoked on the balcony. I didn't even think about it. Was she mad? Velveeta,
She said there would be consequences.
oh no, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. OP, what kind of consequences? I'll go and apologize to her and tell her it won't happen again, which it totally will. I'll go lie to that old lady is what you're saying right now. Montessori teacher says, I can come and apologize too. We all smoked. Whoa. Velveeta,
You can't talk to her. She'll call the cops.
Montessori teacher, calm down. I don't think she's actually gonna call the cops, man. OP, why did she say she'd call the cops? Velveeta,
I don't know. I just ran.
The police, they are after me.
You are just a scared, sad little man, are you not? Montessori teacher says, I'll just take the weed back to my house, so if the cops show up, there won't be any here. Everything's gonna be fine, man. Whoa! Yeah, let him take the weed back to his house, right? And then they're like, hey, can I get that back? He's like, oh yeah, I lost it. I don't know what happened to it, honestly. It was sitting right here. I smoked it all. Velveetabeard,
You don't understand. I need revenge. I hate that old woman.
You're the one running away from her like a little boy. Like a true Viking would, right? Jesus Christ, what a weak human being. OP has some wise advice here. and says, "Don't escalate with this old woman. We'll just make sure that weed smoke isn't in the apartment again." Velveeta.
I'll escalate all I want. I'm gonna find a way to fuck her up. How dare an old-ass woman tell me if I can smoke weed or not?
I don't know, bro. This is seeming like pretty confrontational to me. I thought he didn't like confrontation. There are more than a couple holes in this story. What's going on? OP, just smoking on the balcony from now on. Montessori teacher, you guys can always smoke at mine in the banker's house too. Whoa, we can get high and play some VR games. Oh yeah, you got fucking Beat Saber over there, bro? I'm down to play some Beat Saber for real. The banker, yeah, it's not a problem. If your neighbor doesn't like it, we live really close by. Velveeta,
no, she needs to learn to respect me. If we were back in the Middle Ages, I would have just killed her for insulting me.
oh god. What are you talking about, bro? We don't have to be in the Middle Ages, okay? You can open up the door and just hit that old lady in the face with a brick. I think they would also prosecute you in the Middle Ages. You would be behind bars where you probably belong for your little sneaky finger play that was sort of confirmed. The truth is, this ego is so fragile that it doesn't belong in society. As a matter of fact, it doesn't belong in any time period. Peg it in, bro. Go stand in the corner. You're fucking done, son. After this incident, Velveetabeard was more cautious about smoking weed, but I guess this made him less cautious about the other creepy shit that he was doing, because I started to notice some strange behavior from Velveetabeard. Oh yeah, that mask is coming off, isn't it? He would go through phases of being overly nice to Big Titty Goth Girlfriend and I that seemingly came out of nowhere. His go-to move would be to randomly give us each one of his precious snacks that only he was allowed to eat. That's overly nice to you? Oh, okay.
You guys want one of my snacky cakes?
Yeah, sure. I'll have it, bro.
I'm totally suspicious he offered me a snacky cake.
Why, bro? There's 12 in a box. You good? What the fuck is going on? In addition to all this, he would still have Festival Girl over and then complain that she wouldn't date him after she left. I love that. Still getting cucked by a dude in a completely different state. It got weird to the point that Festival Girl seemed kind of sad whenever she'd come over. Almost like she knew that it was happening. She probably did. She probably just don't care. When I would be hanging out with Big Titty Goth Girlfriend, Velveetabeard would frequently stop in the hallway and creep up to the door to her room on the way back to his and try to sneakily listen to whatever we were doing. Yeah, that's when you interrupt the conversation and say, "Fuck off, Velveetabeard." Call it out every time you see it. He'll stop. We thought it was some sort of weird joke that he was doing at the time and would yell at him to stop creeping, and we would all kind of laugh and he would leave. Yeah, don't laugh at that. Go punch him. That's what you gotta do. You really want to make it stop? He's not gonna understand. He's not smart enough to understand human language. Violence. That's what he understands. On top of that, he told us that
he could hear us having sex
because the bedrooms were right next to each other. I thought this was a complaint, and we tried to be more quiet and mainly only hung out at my apartment. You'll see in the final story that that was not a complaint. Also, he never did anything to get revenge on the old woman. Oh, he just got high and talked a bunch of crap. Yeah, I guess I've been there before. I didn't think much of it at the time, but my God, do I wish I took all this activity more seriously. Get ready for some horrible shit to go down in the next one. This will be the climax where Velveetabeard reveals his true nature and is removed from our lives while simultaneously destroying his. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of just waiting for the series to be over. I'm kind of waiting for the final decision on whether this was fake or real because, yeah, there's holes in the story. He doesn't like confrontation, except all the confrontation that he creates in this story. Then again, he didn't do anything to the old lady, I guess, and maybe he didn't realize that he was being confrontational to the bar maiden, but it just seems really weird to me. It does feel to me like OP is learning some stuff, you know? This story wasn't all about him getting drunk. I mean, there was the getting drunk part, but I didn't harp on it too much. Neither did OP. We are getting more of the beard now, which I am so delighted to hear about. Still a little bit of non sequiturs, you know, like the dog and stuff like that, but that doesn't bug me all that much, I guess. OP is improving his craft, and I do thank him for sticking through writing these stories, being cool about it on Discord when I totally did dunk on him in the first one. But I'm seeing less and less reasons to dunk lately, so good on you, OP. I am proud of you. I am looking forward to, we'll probably do like the side stories, there's a couple of those, and then we'll get into part 6, which is another two-parter, probably another beefy one. I hope that you guys are looking forward to it. If you are, I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe. I always appreciate that, you know. Maybe share the video around if you should like. That's a good idea too. We got all kinds of plugs, playlists, podcasts down in the description. We've also got our social medias. Hey! Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Twitch, where I live stream this whole thing. We've also got Patreon and some channel members and stuff, and I want to thank them like I do every video, Jerry much. So thank you. First, starting with our channel members. Organic Steve, hey, you double dipping, triple dipping. Look at this guy right here. Jesus Christ, doing the most. Malama Man, Skylar May Amara, the Gypsy Barber, Train Boy, Fire Drake, A Tiny Void, Samantha, Death's Flagship, Bearded Snake, buy 2, get 1 hand. We've also got the beautiful patrons, like I said, Wired Up, Ian, Jerry, Darth Luscious, Harley Owen, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Chase, Blue Kraken, Waxan Wolf, Sim, Jerry, Conrad, Ingy, Captain Cloud, Jerry, Hong Kong, Evan, Jerry, Esteban, Farad, Lang Sign, Crusader, Jerry, Organic Steve, Big Tom with the Bag of Mouse from Downtown, Jerry, Beck for Forgiveness, Gio, Silent Revolver, PCP, Fluxer, A Soldier of Industry. I think I did all of that once. The original Jerry, Tick Jerry, Destiny Piper, Jerry, Shitsune, 211 Jerry, Deadpool Jerry's, A Very Tired Jerry, A Justy Dargonian Jerry, and Frankenberry, Ain't That a Hiding Bitch, Aspen XO, Accessible Jerry, Aurora Wildheart, Baby Jerry, Bailey Joy, Peter Jerry, Benji and the Jets, Bitch Gremlin, Blip Blue Jerry, Bronze Dragon, Catholic Jerry, Commander J Tank, Confederate Jew, Dennis Dayton, Dr. Lights, Aaron Era, Eastbars, Frozen Never Studios, Fire Drake, Gypsy, Hadrian BR, I'm Slim Jerry, I'm the Real Jerry, Inquisitor Jerry, Irish Pirate, Feed Me Hold to Near Bursting with Tendies, Beta the Trap will summon caught the story. Welcome aboard. And I don't know what the end of it says. It's too long. Iron Hollow, Irradiated Jam, A Pimp named J. Chris, J.M. Coon, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry the Outlaw, Mother Trucker, John Hero, John Jerry, Jingleheimer Schmidt, Crew He, Cuddly Kraken, Legitimate, Miss Monday, Lord Jerry, Luca was a clever Patreon name. Yeah, totally. Like and subscribe. Lady Nix, Malama Man. Oh, that double triple dip from everybody. Marble Jerry, got lost on the way to Panda Express. Oh, snap. Let's go get some sugar chicken. Melgar the Destroyer, Metofecta, Needless King 89, Nightmare Jerry, Paragon Soul, Phantom of the Mines, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Queens, Quaaludes and Quagmires, Rose, Jerry Miller, Surrey to the Lolita, Saucy Octopus, Scarlet Kevin, Sergeant Gay Cop, Bring Out the Law, Silo Whip, Stephanie Gooder, Sign After Groomstick, Burn Tomato, Tapioca Blue, Tato Fair, The Italian Greyhound Dino, The Little Sue, Who Trufusky, Train Boy, trying to find a way to get back to the real world. You probably don't want to blow to that balloon knot. Stinky Balloon, V3 Prime, Vanguard Angel, Viking Jerry, Wiki Tech, Will Max, Stephanie Gargoyle, Comrade Mooney, Kira, not another Jerry, but he is though. Not a Viper, Safe Blessing, Third Stuff, Venom Jerry, Wasabi Jerry, Jace Christensen, One Leg Jerry, The Neckbeard Hunter, A Normal Jerry, Hi Red, I have the Daily Cringe special with a side of powdered spine, please. You gotta bring your own. BYOPS, Admiral T-Tech, Amber Alder, Another Stupid Hipster, Atomic Jerry Zilla, Bartender Keelia, Blueberry and Apple Pie, Broken Spy, Horseradish, Cake Jerry, the original different Jerry, California Jerry, Girl, Chevron 7 Lock, Chicago and Panda, Corey Art, sometimes, Corporal Admiral, Princess Furry Warrior, Woo Jerry, something like that. Cryptiddy, Stefan Jerry, Tefter Tuna, Dopamine Day Jerry is Dr. Cody Zawa, Dwarfy Dude, too tired to come up with it, they just rewrite the name above me Jerry. Dwarfy Dude Jerry, Ghost of Alpha, he cannot, inside you there are 2 wolves, one is cringe, the other is cringe, you are cringe. Yes, thank you very much. Janitor Jimmy, roam the streets of Finland, hunt down the Rudo headband. Jeffrey, Gerald of Rivia, Jerry Tom, Happy New Year, we have the apocalypse, Jerry Springer, the results are in, you are not the neckbeard. Jerry the Sussy Baka, Jerry's mom has got it going on. Jerry Alder Rivera, Jerry Roxas, Jerry Roleplaying Game, Keaton Tails, Kid Marvelous, Kitzikin, Little Ann Woods, Lucia Lovecraft, Mama Machia, Seedy, maybe next time, Midfit Gimp, Miss Duchess, Not Invisible Angel, Raptor, She's My Jerry Pie, Sky Mara Ravenswood, Snary, that's Snom Jerry, Snowman, what is best in life? To question neckbeards, to put them feet to Jesus, to hear the lamentation of their body pillows, Spoon in the Road, Spoopy Scary, Jerry Ton, Techno Doves, the original Jerry, to Infinite Jerry and Beyond, Unkale, Underwater Movies, throws 2 liter Mountain Dew, grow my neckbeard, grow. It's Jerry time, hold ReddX Morpher, Hygiene, it's Jerry time, hold ReddX Morpher, Humility. I would also like to thank my $1 patrons as well, beautiful people that they are. Big shout out to all the Jerrys and not Jerrys alike. Beautiful people that they are, helping me to keep the channel running, keeping everything afloat, moving like it should. If you can afford to support with them, that's huge. If you can't, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me. I hope you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos, right? Or going to Ren Fair. That sounds pretty cool too. I sort of missed that. Anyways, I always appreciate you. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.